A very good morning, dear children. Today we are going to learn a very important topic in English grammar, that are clauses. Children, what are clauses? What is a clause? A clause, it is a part of sentence which contains a subject and a verb. Okay, a clause, it has a subject and a verb, and it can stand alone by themselves. That means they gives us a complete sense. Whereas phrase, what about phrase, children? Phrase are also group of words, but they do not gives us a complete sense, and moreover they don't have subject verb combination. So clear the difference between clause and phrase. So let's move further. Children, clauses, we have two types, independent clause and dependent clause. Children, independent clause can also be called as main clause or principal clause. And in independent clause, we have subject verb combination, and it can stand by itself. That means it gives us a complete sense, and it can stand alone for its existence. Whereas dependent clause, children, dependent clause, as I told you before, that it can also be called as subordinate clause, and it also has subject verb combination, and it cannot stand alone on its own. It has to depend on the independent clause to get complete thought. So dependent clause always depends on independent clause to get complete meaning. So children, dependent clause, we have three types: noun clause, adverb clause, and adjective clause. So let's move further. Children, now what is a noun clause? Noun clause acts as a noun in a sentence, okay, and it begins with words like that, what. And children, if you answer to a question what after the verb, you get a noun clause. Suppose if I answer what I fear, then you get the clause that I will fail. Okay, that is if you answer the question after the verb. Okay, suppose in the second sentence, just wait, suppose in the second sentence, here we have pleases me. So what is the verb here? What is the verb here? Pleases me. So if you question what pleases me, take the verb and question. If you question what pleases me, then you get the noun clause that you have come. Okay, so this is a noun clause. Next, adjective clause, children, it acts as an adjective in a sentence. How an adjective, it describes the noun, in the same way adjective clause also describes the noun. So here, children, you can see the umbrella which has a broken handle. So which has a broken handle is an adjective clause because it describes umbrella, which is a noun. So any clause which describes the noun is the adjective clause. Again, in this second sentence, if you see, he met a girl whose eyes were blue. Okay, so here this clause also, it describes the noun girl. Okay, what is the description of the girl? That her eyes were blue. So this clause, whose eyes were blue, is an adjective clause because it is describing noun the girl. Clear, children? Okay, let's move further. Children, last type is adverb clause. Adverb clause also acts as an adverb. How adverb modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb, in the same way adverb clause also modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb. Okay, so see, children, you can see in this sentence, they rested when the evening came. If you take this clause, when the evening came, why I call it a clause? Because this group of words, it is acting as an adverb here. It is modifying the verb rested here. Because it is modifying the verb rested here, it is known as adverb clause. Same here in the second sentence, if I take this group of words so that you can find a way Okay, why I'm calling it an adverb clause? Because this is also modifying the verb give. I will give you a map. Why he'll give you a map? So that you can find a way. So this is adverb of reason, and the first clause is adverb of time, because it shows the time when he came. When they rested, when the evening came, and this is the reason why he gave a map, so that you can find a way. Okay, so children, now let's learn the structure of sentences which are also made up of clauses. Okay, so children, this is a slide where you learn the types of sentences, that is structure of sentence. Children, in sentence structure we have three types of sentences: simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. So children, what is simple sentence? Simple sentence is one which has one independent clause, okay, which is made up of subject and verb. Independent clause, it has a complete thought and it has a subject and a verb. Children, in simple sentence sometimes we have two subjects, like the table and chairs need to be clean. So here we have compound subject, that is double subject, and sometimes the verb can be double. The boy smiled and nodded. So in this slide you can see the verb is compound, that is it is double verb. Okay, so simple sentence has one independent clause. Independent clause has one subject and one verb. So this is also a good example of simple sentence. Grace opened the door. Okay, so simple sentence, it has one independent clause. Grace opened the door. So simple sentence can also be called as an independent clause, because both have the same features. Simple sentence also have one subject, one verb, subject verb combination, and it has a complete meaning. Okay, so independent clause also have subject and verb, and it has a complete meaning. Children, when you move to compound sentences, they are made up of two independent clauses, two or more independent clauses, whereas simple sentence, it is made up of only one independent clauses. Okay, and compound sentence we have two or more independent clauses. Children, when you see this slide, compound sentence, they have two or more independent clauses, and they are joined by conjunction fan voice. What are fan voice? Coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. This you can also remember by the acronym fan voice. Okay, F for, A for and, N for non, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, and S for so. So when you remember this acronym fan voice, you can learn all these coordinating conjunctions. So compound sentences are made up of two independent clauses which are joined by coordinating conjunctions. See here children, Grace opened the door and she looked outside. So here we have two compound sentences which are joined by coordinating conjunction and. Okay, again see children, here we have few more examples. I'm good at swimming but I don't like it. Again, there are two independent clauses joined by conjunction. Which conjunction? Coordinating conjunction but. It was raining, so I took an umbrella. So again it's a coordinating conjunction. Again we have two independent clauses. Children, compound sentences definition is it has two or more than two independent clauses, and they are joined by conjunctions, coordinating conjunctions, okay, which you can remember through the acronym fan voice. It was late, yet I wasn't tired. I have not met Steve, nor I have met Suzanne. Okay, so all these underlined clauses are independent clauses because they have a complete thought and they have subject verb combination. When you talk about I am good at swimming, we are getting complete meaning. I don't like it, again complete meaning. It was raining, complete meaning. I took an umbrella, complete meaning. So all these clauses are giving us complete meaning. So they are independent clauses, and because they are joined by coordinating conjunction, they again become a compound sentence. Children, last moving to complex sentence. Complex sentence is a combination of two clauses. One is dependent clause, another is independent clause. See children, if you see this first slide, when he won the award, everyone cheered. So the first clause is dependent clause, because when he won the award, here we are not getting complete sense. When he won the award, what happened when he won the award? We are not getting complete sense by this clause. So this is dependent clause. But to dependent clause, when I join everyone cheered, then it becomes then it is giving us a complete sentence. Okay, so dependent clause, it is always connected to independent clause to give a complete thought. Children, moving to next slide. When he won the award, everyone cheered. This is also a complex sentence. Children, it's the same slide. Yeah, it's the same slide. When he won the award, everyone cheered. So when he won the award, it's a dependent clause because it does not has a complete thought. Children, now if you see this slide, I took my umbrella because it was raining. So here children, I took my umbrella, it is an independent clause, and because it was raining is a dependent clause. Okay, so the combination of independent clause and dependent clause is a complex sentence. So dependent clause always depends on independent clause. See children, same sentence, here we have interchange. Here the dependent clause is in the beginning. Because it was raining, I took my umbrella. So see children, what is the difference in both the sentences? See children, meaning is the same, but what happens here is, if the dependent clause is in the beginning, we keep a comma to separate both the clauses, dependent from independent. But in the first sentence, dependent clause is in the last. When dependent clause is in the last, we don't keep any comma to separate both the clauses. Okay, simply children, when the sentence is beginning with an independent clause, no comma in complex sentence. But in complex sentence, when the sentence is beginning with a dependent clause, then please do keep comma to separate both the clauses. Okay children. Fine children. So here I end my chapter. Today we have learned clauses, its types. Okay, and what are the types? Independent and dependent. Again we have learned types of dependent clauses. What are that? Noun clause, adverb clause and adjective clause. And then we have learned sentence structure. Okay, sentence structure, changing simple to compound, compound to complex. Okay children, that's all for today. Thank you children. Have a good day. Bye bye.